And we're live. Welcome into District Nation, and today we're not covering a minor league game, we're not covering a major league game. We are calling a Washington Nationals classic game. Washington Nationals baseball, the archives. We went back a little bit, we found a game. We're going to call it. Once again, I know nothing about this game. I know no prior knowledge. I know the starting lineups, the pitchers, stuff like that. Not the pitchers that are going to come out of the bullpen. I know what's going to happen. So, I generated this game, no idea how it's going to end. It's going to be Pittsburgh and the Nationals. We'll get the starting lineups in just a second because I'm watching it in a sped-up broadcast. Classic game. Yes, Rhino. We're doing a classic game. First time I've ever done this before. It's actually exciting. So it's the Washington Nationals and the Pittsburgh Pirates, and on the mound for the Nationals is going to be Joe Ross. And this is a 2015 game. So 10 years ago. This is really old. I mean, for me, I remember watching these games live a little bit when I was really young. So those are back in the day. That was way back in the day. So we're going to get started right now with our starting lineups and batting order. So we'll start with the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates. Leading off at second baseman is going to be Josh Harrison. Batting second in left field is Starling Marte. Batting third, the center fielder, Andrew McCutchen. Batting fourth is the third baseman, Jung Ho Kang. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Pedro Alvarez. Batting sixth, the catcher, Francisco Cervelli. Batting seventh is Gregory Polanco, the right fielder. Batting eighth is Jordy Mercer, the shortstop. And batting ninth, and on the mound, is A.J. Burnett. Yep, the pitcher is hitting again. Haven't seen that in a long time. But we're going to get that today. Once again, that's Harrison, Marte, McCutchen, Hokang, Alvarez, Cervelli, Polanco, Mercer, with Burnett on the mound and hitting ninth. For the Washington Nationals, leading off in center field, it's going to be Denard Span. Batting second at second base is Anthony Rendon. Batting third at third base is Yunel Escobar. Batting fourth in right field, Clint Robinson. Batting fifth, the catcher, Wilson Ramos. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Danny Espinosa. Batting seventh is the first baseman, Tyler Moore. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Michael A. Taylor. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Joe Ross. If you're wondering, A.J. Burnett, the starter for the Pirates, has a 189 as this game's going on. What's cooking? What up, Rhino? I just had some Chick-fil-A for breakfast, actually. Really good. Gotta love Chick-fil-A. We're getting started. In a second, I can speed it up to the top of the first if I want to. Once this thing figures it out. Because it's on a different platform than usual that I'm watching the game on. I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the day, so I came here. I can't really call a game for the rest of the day. I might do another archive game, maybe later in the day, but don't really have much to do today. I'm going to go out for dinner tonight, so I couldn't call the Nats game tonight, even though it's at 8 p.m. at night. Didn't really want to stay up that late just to call a game. Here we go. The Pittsburgh Pirates are going to get ready to hit now. Joe Ross is warming up, and we are about to get going. Pittsburgh Pirates are going to hit first. Josh Harrison, the second baseman, is going to lead off Ross into the wind. The first pitch is inside, called strike one. Joe Ross in this game, 60% fastball, 30% breaking ball, and 10% of the time uses the changeup. 2 starts this season with a 1-run record with a 3.46. The 0-1 from Ross is outside, ball one, and it'll be a 1-1 count. We're a little faster than usual with the start because I could speed it up. I could fast forward. We got to change the scoreboard. Ross into the wind. The 1-1 to Harrison is popped up to shallow center field. Actually, it's pretty deep. Taylor going back, or that's Span. Denard Span out there, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. So Josh Harrison is retired pretty quickly. 89 degrees at starting time, and there's isolated thunderstorms in this game. So it's really just 89 degrees and really cloudy at first pitch. And now it's going to be Starling Marte, the left fielder. Starling Marte, 285, 12 home runs with 45 RBIs, a 333 on-base percentage. First base from Mirage. Right in there, called strike one. Thanks to Rhino for being here today. Ross into the wind. The 0-1 to Marte. Swing and a miss at an outside curveball, 0-2. Just 2015 baseball if you're just tuning in. A very classic game. Extremely classic. So it's going to be an 0-2 count here. Ross will check his sign, go in the wind. The 0-2 is in the dirt. Ball one. Ramos made a good block on it. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. Yesterday we were live with Rochester Red Wings baseball. Now we got some classic baseball that we're bringing you today. Live on District Nation. Ross checking his signs, goes into the wind. The 1-2 pitch to Marte. Swinging chopper foul. That'll be 1-2. I think this is what we're going to do over the winter since I can't do as many live streams during the winter. Probably going to end up doing this, calling more of these games. Calling classic games. So it'll be a 1-2 with 1 out. Ross into the wind, his quick windup, short arm slot, the 1-2, swinging a pop-up into shallow left field. Michael A. Taylor makes a good catch on it for the second out of the inning. So that's 2 outs now. Ross gets the second out of the inning. So now it's going to be Andrew McCutcheon, the center fielder. Young Andrew McCutcheon, which is hard to say. 294, 8 home runs with 42 RBIs. A 375 on base percentage. Ross into the line. First pitch is a called strike one on the outside corner. It'll be an 0-1. Got started early today, so it's an early morning broadcast. The 0-1. Swinging a foul straight back. It'll be 0-2. We might do more archived games. Do those live. Ross into the wind. The 0-2 pitch to McCutcheon. Swing and a miss past McCutcheon on the breaking ball. And that's the first strikeout for Joe Ross. And that'll end the inning. A strikeout and 2 pop-ups. So after the top of the first is Pirate 0. Nats coming up. We'll head to the bottom of the first now. We can speed it up a little bit, so this won't be a too long stream. Won't be like 4 hours. Classic games aren't really gonna work much. Want to do this too, but need to build up another year or so first. Yeah. Why can't you call live games in the fall? I have stuff to do a lot. I'm gonna have to take care of a few things. School starts up. Have to go there, and I have some stuff I need to take care of after school. Other things. I'm still going to go live, but it'll only be during the weekends. Weekends at best with a couple games during the week. But right now, I'm like all day, most of the days I have some sort of broadcast during the morning or afternoons. So I'll be calling these classic games. I might just record them and post them. But also, we have football coming up. Football's going to be the big thing because it's mostly weekends. So that'll be easier for me. As we head to the bottom of the first. We're now in, so Span, the center fielder, is going to lead it off. Denard Span. Now Rhino knows he has to take care of some stuff in the fall too. Not going to be able to call the game tonight probably, so I might find some sort of minor league game to call later today because I'm going to have some sort of thing. And Sunday I cannot call the CFL. Gotta find something you could do to still build an audience. Yeah, I might be posting. I'm going to post the podcast a lot. That's going to be the one thing. Yeah. Got a lot of stuff to do. So it's going to be A.J. Burnett on the mound. And he'll go into the wind. First pitch to the lefty. Span is outside, ball one. It'll be a 1-0 count. Can't call CFL this weekend. I have something to do Sunday night. But I might end up, I just can't, my broadcasting isn't working there, so I'm going to end up calling another minor league game. The 1-0, swinging a fly ball. This one is in foul territory. The catcher chases after it, but it's going to go out of play, so it'll be a 1-1 count. I'll be ashamed very, very soon. September 4th starts my madness. I'll be slammed very, very soon. Yeah, that's the NFL. Are you calling just one team, or are you doing, as many games as you can work in for NFL? I know you don't do as much NFL, but you can figure it out. I don't know. Good thing around mid-September is when my madness cools down a little bit and goes just to football. The 1-1 to Span is in the dirt ball too. You're not doing CFL Sunday? Yeah, I'm having stuff to do that night. There's a chance I'm not able to call it. There's my schedule is so wacky over the past couple weekends. For the next couple, it's going to be so wacky. Building up into August, it'll be a little more chilled out. But it's been all wacky and crazy. So it'll be a 2-1 here. Span swinging the bat. The pitch from Burnett is called strike 2. Not a good pitch, so it'll be a 2-2 count. Yeah, well, I'll redirect them to you for CFL Sunday. I cover all the Colts, all primetime games, all overseas game, and another game before or after all the Colts game every Sunday. That's a good strategy. So it'll be a 2-2. The pitcher to Span. That is just outside ball 3, and it'll be a 3-2 count. Yeah, we're around mid-September. I'm going to cool down a little bit because the Nationals, there's no way they're making the postseason. So we'll probably have some football in a little bit, but summer's the time to do it. So tonight we're calling a game. Well, tonight we're not. Saturday, we're working a game, and then Sunday we'll have a couple broadcasts. The 3-2. Swinging a line drive through the hole into right field. Chasing after it is right fielder Polanco. He will stop it. Span takes a wide turnaround first, but he'll stay there with a leadoff single. Yeah, if you need football, Rising Rhino's got you covered. He's a Colts fan. I cover the most football on YouTube, yeah. Other guys, they do other sports, like PAS covers some football. I think Fitzy sometimes covers football. But Rhino's your man to go for football. If you want just football and only football, you might need Rhino. In the winter, I'm thinking of covering ABL, Australian Baseball League. So now it's going to be Anthony Rendon, who's 222 with no home runs. 3 ribbies with a 328 on-base percentage. He'll face Burnett as he comes set. First pitch to Rendon. Right in there, called strike 1 at 93 miles an hour. Covering the most football on YouTube. It's so good. Along with football, I want to cover some baseball during the winter. So it's probably going to become ABL or Japan, something where I can cover it in the December months. Here's the 0-1. Called strike 2 right in there. Ooh, there you go. Do it. Yeah, ABL, it's free to watch on their website. So on Baseball Plus, I think they call their streaming service. But it seems fun. And the winter will be a little easy for me because winter I have a lot of training, a lot of workouts. But that's the one thing about the winter is it's all workouts, no other things. So I might, because that's going to be all weekends too, so I'll be able to do that. The 0-2 is down low, ball 1. It'll be a 1-2 count. Right now, there was no game starting at 9:36 my time, so had to do this. Yesterday, I was lucky to have the Red Wings game start at 11 a.m. Today, none of the minor league games start till like 6 p.m. Pick a attempt at Span, but he's back in with the tag, so it'll be 1-2 still. No pickoff limits in 2015 like there is now. A lot of differences in the game. The smaller bags, longer distances. Burnett sets as he checks Span. He'll pick over again. Span is back in there safely. Almost got out that time. But it'll still be 1-2. Yeah. Rhino covering the most football on YouTube. Go subscribe to Rising Rhino on YouTube. He posts live streams. I think live is all he does. He doesn't really post videos that much. He's got a big weekend of football coming up. Good luck to you, Rhino, this weekend. I see you have like 3 streams a day. And tonight he's live at 8:45 p.m. The 1-2 just outside ball 2, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Anthony Rendon against A.J. Burnett is 7 for 16, a .438 batting average. Burnett checking the signs. He comes set. I think it's going to be a fastball outside because I saw the finger. The 2-2, and it runs inside on Rendon. It'll be a 3-2. Because you know there was no pitch comm either, so you just have to go with it. Good luck to Rising Rhino this weekend. He's got a huge weekend of football going on. So it'll be a 3-2 here. Burnett checks this sign and comes set. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a fly ball, shallow right field. He was jammed on it, coming in as right fielder, and it will drop in for a base hit to right fielder Polanco. Rendon hits a bloop single that sends Span all the way to third. So Rendon got jammed, but Span is over to third with no outs and runners on the corners now. We got to get our scoreboard updated. Rendon just gets jammed on one, but pokes it into right field. And Span was running on the play anyway. So now Burnett has runners on first and third with no one out. Nationals a threat to score here in the bottom of the first inning already. You have Span on third, Rendon on first, and it's Escobar to hit now. This is an evening game. First pitch was at 7:05, so it's going to be Escobar to hit now. Here's the one pitch to Escobar. Called strike one outside. Coffee and shenanigans. Be back in a few. I'll be lurking. Thank you, Rhino, for hanging out. See you later, and I'll see you tonight for your stream. 331 average for Escobar. 3 bombs, 22 ribbies. He's got a bit of an open stance. Facing Burnett. The 0-1 from Burnett is just inside. Ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. So it'll be 1-1 with no outs. So it'll be 1-1 with no outs. 366 average in Nats Park for Escobar. The 1-1 to him. So in a ground ball, this one is to shortstop Mercer, and he will only go to first with it. Escobar is out on the play, so he gets an RBI ground out. Denard Span will score, and it's a 1-0 game here in the bottom of the first inning off the RBI ground out by Escobar. Rendon up to second on the play. So big ground out by him. Rendon was moving, so there was no chance to get him at second. But Escobar was jogging to first. So the Nationals have an early 1-0 lead. Here in the bottom of the first inning, it's 1-0. The Nationals have the lead. We'll update that scoreboard. There you go. Now they'll do the NATS Nats chant. So now it's going to be Clint Robinson hitting in the cleanup spot. Right fielder, where's number 25. First pitch to Robinson is called strike one right in there, and it'll be an 0-1 count. Burnett comes set. Deal 1 to Robinson. Down low, ball 1, and it'll be a 1-1 count. So it'll be a 1-1 with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Robinson. High ball 2, and it'll be a 2-1 count with 1 out and a runner on second. Ramos on deck, the catcher. It's a nice Nationals Park. They already knew they were going to have the 2018 All-Star Game at this point. Robinson facing Burnett. The 2-1 is outside ball 3. So it'll be a 3-1 count now. So it'll be a 3-1 with 1 out and a runner on second. Notice it's been not as my brightest, but it is still early, but I'm trying to wake up a little bit. Had a good Chick-fil-A for breakfast, though. So it'll be 3-1 with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Robinson. Swinging a fly ball. Shallow left field. Coming in his left fielder Marte into foul territory. And he'll make the catch in foul ground. So that's the second out of the inning, and it's in foul territory. So there's 2 outs now, and Wilson Ramos will hit. So we're checking the matchups today. Miami and Milwaukee will start at 4:10 today. Nationals are at 8:10 today. If you're wondering, and it's going to be Ramos to hit 261, 7 home runs. First pitch from Burnett is right in there, called strike one to Wilson Ramos, the catcher, with 2 outs and a runner on second for him. That runner is Rendon. Ramos facing Burnett, a righty-righty matchup. The 0-1 to Ramos. Swinging a pop-up. Shallow left, right center field. That's into the gap, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Rendon scores from second. Ramos up to second, and that's an RBI double for Wilson Ramos. Here in the bottom of the first inning, it's 2-0 Nationals in the bottom of the first. Rendon scores from second on the play after his single, and now it's a 2-0 game. The Nationals are hopping on the Pirates early today's game. So it'll be 2-0. 2 runners have scored, and Ramos now on second. Not fast at all, though. And it's going to be Danny Espinosa to try to drive him in. Two outs. No, just with Ramos. Espinosa with a wide open stance. First pitch to him. Swinging a fly ball foul, and it'll be 0-1. If you're wondering, we probably will not have another broadcast today. I have a few things to do. Looks like we have a few viewers in. Be sure to hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Rhino was here earlier. That is Rising Rhino. So to be an 0-1 here. 2 outs. Burnett sets the 0-1. Called strike 2, but that was a bit inside, and it'll be an 0-2 count. It's classic play-by-play. A game from 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago, because about 10 years in 1 month. A long time ago. It's 20-year anniversary. They're selling 10 years here. So to be 0-2 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Past Espinosa. And that'll be a strikeout to end the inning. Espinosa strikes out, but the Nationals do get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They leave a man as we go to the top of the second inning. It's a 2-0 game here from the D.C. area. We're covering an old game. If you're wondering, this is an archive game. Classic District Nation play-by-play. We still will do a little bit of MLB Roundhouse, but we can skip ads and go straight to the top of the second inning. Surprising, Ryan Zimmerman is sitting the bench in today's game. He's a big part of the lineup. First pitch from Ross is inside to Kang, the third baseman. This is Jung Ho Kang. So it'll be 1-0 with no outs. Top of the second inning. Ross will go back into the wind. The pitch to Jung Ho is called strike 1 high up. So it'll be a 1-1 count. Ross trying to work his way through the second. Into the wind. The 1-1 to Kang is inside, ball 2, and it'll be a 2-1. We didn't get to do this, so the Nationals are wearing their regular home white uniforms, red-white with red and blue trim. The Pirates are wearing black uniforms. The 2-1, just low, ball 3. Pirates are wearing their black uniforms with a P on there. It's an alternate road uniform with yellow and white trim. So it'll be a 3-1 here. It'll be 3-1. The pitch from Ross. Swinging a ground ball foul, and it'll be 3-2. I've had 12 views throughout the entire stream. Thank you to everyone who has been here, including the Rising Rhino. Subscribe to Rising Rhino today. Subscribe to District Nation, too, for your Washington Nationals play-by-play. They're affiliates. And you can subscribe to us. to get play-by-play, archives, games like this. So it'll be a 3-2, the pitch to Kang. Swinging a chopper up the middle. That's a base hit to center field. Span will field it cleanly. Jung-Ho Kang has a hit up the middle. So now it'll be Alvarez, the first baseman. Yesterday we called minor league baseball. We don't have much to do today besides that. So it's going to be Pedro Alvarez, the first baseman. No outs and a runner immediately on first. It'll be Francisco Cervelli behind him, and then Jordy Mercer, who's the 8-hole hitter. Well, then Jorge Polanco, actually. Jorge Polanco, the right fielder, will hit after that. No outs. Ross sets. He'll pick over first. Ho-Kang back in there safely. I don't know if it's Kang or Ho-Kang when you're saying his last name. I don't know who to ask about that. Tonight we cannot call the Rail Riders and Red Wings. We're calling the Nats game tomorrow at 7 p.m. Then Sunday we're calling some... Actually, we're not calling football then. We're calling baseball. The pitch. Called. Strike right in there. To Alvarez. Clint Hurdle is the manager for the Pirates. Matt Williams for the Nationals. Coming set is Ross. He has an 0-1 count on Alvarez. The pitch is inside. Ball one, so it'll be a 1-1 count. Got a lot of baseball tonight, though. So if you want some baseball tonight, I can recommend PAS, Thomas Fitzpatrick. A few other people will recommend. Here's the 1-1. Inside and high, ball two to be a 2-1 count. We got classic baseball day. Something we haven't done. The 2-1 is low, ball three. It'll be a 3-1 count. We're going to take a break here between the top of the second and the bottom of the second, so I can stretch up real quickly, and then we'll be back with more baseball action. If you're watching the recording, you can skip through it, just like I'm skipping through the recording of the actual game that I'm watching. So it'll be a 3-1 with no outs. The pitch from Ross. Swinging a ground ball down the line. This might be fair. No, it's foul. It'll be foul, so it'll be 3-2. So we're not covering the Red Wings game today. I'm sorry about that. So this is going to be our broadcast of the day. We might do another one, actually. So now, we only have 3 scheduled broadcasts. Ross checking. He comes set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball, foul again. This Sunday is going to be big baseball for us. We're covering a lot of baseball. Cade Cavalli's taking the mound tonight, if you're wondering, for the Rochester Red Wings. That's a pick over again on a 3-2 count. He's back in there safely. So it'll be a full count with no outs. Ross sets. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Past Alvarez, and that's the second strikeout of the day. Another swinging strikeout for Joe Ross, who has 24 pitches already. So I'm trying to do something right now as I call it. Sorry that I'm kind of distracted, but we'll be back. We're back now. Just 1 second. Just trying to figure out the weekend. Ross sets. First pitch. Called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. So it'll be an 0-1 count now with one out. Ross checks the runner. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Just outside, ball one. It'll be a 1-1 count. DSL Dominican Summer League starts today, if you're wondering. They start at 11 a.m. We'll check up on that, the pitch. Swing a ground ball, foul by Cervelli, the catcher. On deck is Jorge Polanco. Harrisburg starts at 6:45 tonight. A lot of morning games tomorrow for them, for the Dominican Summer League, but at 6 p.m. you got Harrisburg and Akron tomorrow. You got some night games. Then Sunday, you have some afternoon games. Ross sets the pitch to Cervelli. Swinging a ground ball through the hole into shallow right field. Chasing after it is Robinson. Heading to third is going to be Kang. Cut off. The throw was cut off by second baseman Rendon. And now there's runners on the corners with one out. Nice easy single through the shallow hole, and there's runners on the corners with just one run out. Be live at 6:05 on Sunday, as well as 1 o'clock or so with Rochester baseball. This is our Friday broadcast. We might do another one. So Ross now has runners on the corners. Threat to score is Kang. Cervelli on first. Jorge Polanco will hit. Ross sets. Here's the pitch to Polanco. Swinging a fly ball. Foul. It'll be 0-1. 6-game series the Red Wings are playing. They're finishing up. This Sunday we called game 3 of it. We saw them win 10-8 yesterday. A few people joined me for that. Ross coming set. It'll be an 0-1 pitch. Here's the pitch. Just outside. It'll be a 1-1 count. We're not going to be calling as much classic ball. This is just a substitute. We're going to have classic games every so often. We also have other broadcasts, like the Nationals, the Red Wings, Harrisburg Senators, Wilmington Blue Rocks, and Fredericksburg Nationals. Swinging a line drive into right field. That's going to be a base hit in front of Robinson. Kang will score, and stopping at second is going to be Cervelli, and Polanco has an RBI single. Makes it 2-1 here in the top of the second. So Cervelli's on second, Polanco's on first. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff to do in the fall, but in the winter, I have some stuff during the day, and early into the evening we'll be able to call some winter games such as basketball and the ABL. Ross sets. Here's the first pitch to Jordy Mercer. Called strike one on the outside corner. It'll be an 0-1 count. And then in the fall or early spring, we might have some broadcasts. So you have Polanco on first, Cervelli on second. 0-1, 1 out. Ross sets. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Past Mercer with the curveball. So it'll be an 0-2. So it'll be 0-2, 1 out. With runners on first and second. Ross sets. The 0-2. Swinging a fly ball on the infield, getting under. It's going to be more. Rendon is there too. It's going to be Rendon's ball. Ross, sorry for that interruption. Ross sets. The pitcher Burnett's up with runners on first and second. First pitch is outside, ball one. It's 2 outs. Runners on first and second after that fly out on the infield. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul by the pitcher Burnett. Ross checking his signs. He comes set. Here comes the 1-1. In the dirt, swing and a miss with the 84-mile-an-hour curveball, and it'll be 1-2. So it'll be 1-2 with 2 outs. Ross checking his sign and comes set. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt, ball 2, and it'll be a 2-2 count. This will be 2-2 with 2 outs. Ross sets. He checks. Here's the 2-2 to the pitcher. Swing and a miss by Burnett. Strikeout number 3 for Ross, and he gets out of the inning. But he does give up 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. He leaves 2. As now we're going to go to the bottom of the second. It's a 2-1 game now in this archive game. We'll go to the bottom of the second. So it'll be Tyler Moore, the first baseman, wearing number 12. He'll lead off the bottom of the second inning. Tyler Moore will come up to face Burnett for his second inning of work. We'll take a break in between here in the top of the third. The next half inning, just to take a quick break. But I'll be back. Don't touch your dial at any point for our old-fashioned radio-style play-by-play on District Nation. That's what we do here. Burnett into the wind. First pitch to Tyler Moore is down low and outside, ball 1. Moore now on a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Rolling. Stopping it is Polanco, and Moore takes a wide turn, but will stay at first. So that's a hit to right center field for Tyler Moore. And now it's going to be Michael A. Taylor. Big pitch by Burnett, and Moore took it opposite field for a base hit. We have 24 subscribers right now. We have 2 likes on the stream. I know these archive games aren't most popular, but we're going to be back with live baseball nationals tomorrow. First pitch to Michael Taylor. Swung on, grounded up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Stopped by McCutchen. Moore will take a wide turn, and McCutchen is going to try to get him at second, but he's safe. So Moore is in there at second base with Michael Taylor's ground ball up the middle. So now there's runners on first and second for the pitcher Joe Ross to hit. Runners on first and second with no one out. It's going to be Joe Ross, who's 0 for 6 on the season as a pitcher. Burnett is facing Ross the righty. Runners on first and second is the perfect situation for a bunt. He's ready to lay it down. First pitch. He takes it back, and it's a called strike. I think Ross is thinking he didn't get that call. He probably thought he wouldn't get that call when he was pitching. Why is they getting it now? You never know. If you're wondering, the Dixon Way, I think, is going live soon with his training camp coverage. So it'll be 0-1 with no one out. He does go after it this time, but he misses, so it'll be 0-2. So now he has to swing away with an 0-2 count. Dixon Way is not going to be live. He's going live at 8:05 tonight with some baseball talk. Ross is going to lay it down again. The 0-2. He takes it back. Called strike 3. Second strikeout for Burnett for the first out of the inning. Okay, number 2. So now there's one out in the top lineup up with first runners on first and second in a 2-1 game. So we will be live tomorrow with Nationals baseball at 7 p.m. Tune in for that. And then on Sunday, we have a doubleheader. We have 2 minor league games. We're going to have Rochester Red Wings baseball or Nationals baseball. We're deciding between Red Wings and Nationals. And then we're having Harrisburg Senators, or actually Fred Nats that night. I think it's Fred Nats. First pitch. Called strike 1 on the outside corner. It'll be 0-1. We're calling either Rochester or DC, and then we're calling Fredericksburg and Knight for a doubleheader. Then, of course, you can also tune in to Rhino for your football action. Coming set is Burnett. It'll be an 0-1. Here's the pitch to Span. Swinging a fly ball, shallow left center field. That's going to dunk in for a base hit in front of Marte. Moore will stay at first, and Span has a single. So that'll load the bases now on a single to left center field by Denard Span for Anthony Rendon. Anthony Rendon with 1 out, and the bases are loaded for him on a base hit to left center. I believe Rendon does have a grand slam up to this point, and it was off of Burnett, so he does well off of Burnett. We'll see what Rendon can do now with 1 out and the bases loaded. He'll go. He's 1 for 1 with a single. 236 does not have a home run yet. All the way into June, and he doesn't have a home run. Not the biggest power threat in Rendon. First pitch to him is high and inside, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Rendon is my personal favorite baseball player, one of my favorites. Always an inspiration to me. 429 average with bases loaded, 42 at-bats with bases loaded. He's first in the league with 429 when the bases are loaded. He'll face Burnett. It's a 1-0 count with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Rendon. Swing a ground ball to the shortstop Mercer. He'll flip it up to second base. They'll go to first with it, and Rendon cannot beat it out. He grounds into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So they get out of the bases loaded jam without scoring any runs. So you leave 2 on base, and then there are 3 hits in the inning, no runs. So it's a 0 put on the board, and it's 2-1. We'll take a quick break right here. So we are back now at the top of the third. We'll put that on the scoreboard and get ready to call this top of the third in a 2-1 game. Never updated the scoreboard. It's a 2-1 game. They're showing stats about Nick Pivetta at the Peanuts level. First pitch to him is swung on and missed. Harrison swings and misses through it. Nick Pivetta, who is now not with us. He actually beats us a lot. He pitched for the Padres, so Pivetta's former Nat farmhand. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit to the center field for Josh Harrison in his second at-bat. So that's not what the Nationals needed to lead this one off. But that's a base hit. So now it's going to be Starlin Marte hitting in the 2-hole. So to be one runner, and he'll pick over to Harrison at first. Safe, no tag. So it's Starlin Marte up. Ross sets. Here's the pitch to Marte. Swing and a miss past Marte, and it'll be an 0-1 count. I'm tired today. After this, I'll be able to relax. But we've got baseball here. A nice, easy Nationals game. Not live. It's a classic game. Live streaming of the call. No spoilers of the game if you know anything about this game. Don't spoil it. Ross sets. Here's the 0-1 to Marte. Just high, ball one. If they had ABS now, I think that'd be a strike. So it'd be 1-1 with no outs. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. So it'll be a 1-2. So it'll be 1-2 with no outs. Ross picks over again. The tag is in, but he's safe. So it'll be 1-2 still. If you're wondering, regionals for Little League World Series starts soon enough. It'll be 1-2 with no outs. Here's the pitch. So in a ground ball, right back to Ross, and he caught it. He caught it. A line drive to Ross, and then he went to first with it. A big play by him. A 1-3 double play. On a line drive right back to Ross. He caught it. What a play. And sent it back to first to get out Harrison. So that's the second out of the inning. What a play by Joe Ross on the mound. Two outs, top of the third. Ross in the line. First pitch. Swing and a miss right past him. Here's the pitch. Swing a ground ball, foul down the line. It'll be 0-2. Already 47 pitches for Joe Ross here in the third inning. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. So it'll be 0-2 with two outs. Here's the pitch. Check swing, they'll appeal. No, says first base umpire. So it'll be 1-2. Should be 1-2, 2 outs. See 1-2. McCutchen hitting in the 3-hole. Here's the pitch, and it is down low, ball 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss past McCutchen. There you go. Strikeout number 4 now for Joe Ross, and he gets out of the inning in 1-2-3 fashion after the double play. 1 hit, no one left on. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is Nationals 2, Pirates 1. We're getting ready to go to the bottom of the 3rd. I can skip through, and then we'll be back on. We're about to be back, and now we're back. Bottom of the 3rd, and it's going to be Yunel Escobar to lead it off. So it's going to be Wilson, or Yunel Escobar, not Ramos. They're showing highlights of Ramos, and I thought they were doing it otherwise. Pitch, swing and a ground ball by Escobar. A great play by third baseman Ho Kang on a jump throw, but the first baseman missed it, and it goes down the right field line. Escobar will head up to second, and he has a reached on air that sends him to second, but that was a good play. So I'm going to say he gets a single and then advances on a throwing error on an E5. So that's what I'm giving it, a single, then an E5, because Ho Kang made a great play and threw it over to first. It was a jump throw in foul territory, but it went. So, yeah, that's an E3 because the first baseman just completely missed it. Or an E5. I'll give it an E5. So now it's going to be Clint Robinson, the cleanup hitter. So there's a runner on second with no outs. So now, it'll be an 0-1 on a pitch to Clint Robinson. Hello, says that guy 29. What up? What up to that guy 29? He's a subscriber. Here's the 0-1 to Robinson. Swinging a line drive into right center field. That's going to be caught by center fielder McCutchen. Escobar will head up to third. The throw to McCutchen. Throw by McCutchen is not in time, so Escobar advances to third on the play. So now there's 1 out and a runner on third in this 2-1 game. Good play by him. Classic? Yep, it is. It's a classic, 29. Cool. All right. So it'll be 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd, and Wilson Ramos will hit with the runner on third. Here's the pitch to Ramos. So a line drive into left center field. That's going to get down in front of McCutchen, and Wilson Ramos drives in another run on a single this time to left center field. Escobar scores from third, and it is 3-1 Nationals in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So now there's a runner on first with 1 out. So he's saying hi to Rising Rhino. Yep, Rhino was here. He left for a little while, but he might be back. So it's Danny Espinoza now with a runner on first and 1 out. The bottom of the 3rd inning is already 3-1. Here's the pitch to Espinoza. It's inside ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. This is classic baseball. And Nationals were good back in the day in 2019. They were really good. They have a lot of other things. Here's a pitch. That is outside ball 2. It'll be a 2-0 count. So it'll be 2-0 with 1 out and a runner on first for him. So 2-0 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swinging and a foul back. It'll be 2-1. We've got a lot of streaming going on tonight. A lot of different callers are calling their different games. A lot of YouTube announcers. You have PAS calling his Mets. You have Thomas Fitzpatrick calling his Red Sox. Rhino's calling his football. Dixon Way is going to be live. We redirect to Dixon Way a couple times. We've redirected to JJ. So it'll be 2-1 with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Espinoza. Swinging a fly ball. Deep right field, but it's going to go well foul down the right field line. Really got all of that one, but he makes it 2-2. We've had 16 views on the stream thanks to Rhino and that guy 29. So it'll be 2-2 and 1 out. Here's the pitch to Espinoza. In the dirt, ball 3, and it'll be 3-2. So it'll be 3-2, 1 out. He sets. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a line drive at the second baseman, Harrison. He fields it on a hop. Goes to short with it. In time for a double play. It's a 4-6-3 double play. Harrison fielded it on a hop. Fired it to short. And then Mercer went to first with it. So that's a 4-6-3 double play. 1 run on 2 hits. The Nationals get another run on the board. We head to the top of the 4th now. Nationals 3. Pirates 1. Seems like the actual Pirates now not really scoring many runs, having only 1 player, but they used to be different. They didn't only have Skeens. So now Ross is going to step back out on the rubber. It's a 3-1 game as we go to the top of the 4th. Ross going into the wind. First pitch. Called. Strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. A 1 with no one out. Ross will go back into the wind. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-1 count. Ross. Working the 1-1. Into the wind. Here's the pitch. Called. Strike 2. Low and in there, and it'll be a 1-2 count. So it'll be 1-2 with no outs. Ross trying to strike out Gang. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt, ball 2. They're going to appeal a swing. No, says first base umpire. So it'll be a 2-2 to Kang. Ross will go back into the wind. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Kang tagged out. Strikeout number 5 by Joe Ross. Good game for him already as he works into the 4th inning. Already has 5 strikeouts through 3 1/3 innings. Doing what he needs to do. Here's first pitch. Swing and a miss by the first baseman Alvarez. Already has him down 0-1. Into the wind. The 0-1 pitch. Just low, ball one outside. In the righty's batter's box is a lefty hitting in Alvarez, the first baseman. The pitch is a called strike 2 right in there, so it'll be a 1-2. A lot of the regulars are not playing. You don't have Desmond or Zimmerman or Harper playing. The 1-2. Swing and a miss past Alvarez for a strikeout. Strikeout number 6 for Ross. What a strikeout by him. Okay, number 6. Ross is going to face Cervelli now, the catcher. Into the wind. First pitch to Cervelli. Called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. Ross into the wind. The 0-1. Just outside. Ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. The stadium is packed for this night game. This classic play-by-play broadcast brings you it. This will be 1-1 with 2 outs. Ross into the wind. The pitch. Swinging a line drive. Fouled back. And it'll be 1-2. Got my energy back just a little bit. Waking up a little bit. Getting the senses up. Up just a little bit. Was a little tired before this. We're up and going now with some classic baseball. The 1-2, 2 outs. The pitch. In the dirt, ball 2, and it'll be a 2-2. So it'll be 2-2 with 2 outs. Ross into the wind. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Past Cervelli, the catcher. And Joe Ross goes strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. The top of the 4th inning, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. 3 strikeouts all swinging. 7 on the day. Strikes out the side as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. We will take a break here. We'll be back in a little bit. Gotta go do something real quickly, and we'll be back with more baseball action in the bottom of the 4th. We're back with the bottom of the 4th action. Just skipping through ads here. The president's race had a bunch of burritos come out. Don't know why. Like they were tackling the presidents and each one of them got up. They keep getting hit, and I think Bill was the one they wanted to win. So the tacos ushered Bill, and Bill won. Interesting way to do a president's race. But always love the president's race. I liked when they show them on TV. Those are the good ones. Burnett into the wind. First pitch. Tamore's right in there, called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. Calling Moore baseball here. Here's the 0-1 to Moore. Swinging a line drive down the left field line. That's a base hit into the corner. Chasing after is Marte. Moore rounding first, headed for second, and he has a double down the line to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Great rip by him down the left field line. So there's a runner on second with no one out. Big hit by Tyler Moore brings up Michael A. Taylor, who already has a knock in this game. So it'll be Michael A. Taylor. He's 1 for 1, and he has a .233 average with 5 home runs. Here's first pitch to Taylor. Down low, ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch to Michael A. Taylor. Swinging a line drive to the shortstop. Mercer, who played off the ground, fired over to first, and that one's in time for the first out of the inning. We're here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Calling some Nationals Classic Baseball. Now it's going to be the pitcher, Joe Ross, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Burnett coming back out to pitch. Burnett sets, first pitch to Ross. Swinging a chopper back to the first baseman, and no one's covering first. They all went for the ball. Joe Ross is safe with a chopper up the middle, not in air. That is a play in a no man's land, and Joe Ross has a base knock first time. That's a nice easy knock for him. So that'll send Moore over to third. That was hit in a no man's land between first, second, and pitcher. And Joe Ross has a nice easy knock. So it's runners on first and third with 1 out with Joe Ross on base. Get him a jacket. So he'll lead away from first. That was his first major league hit. Big day for him. They'll take the ball. So that's happy. I think they threw away the ball. That's so mean. Did they throw away the ball? They have to give it back. Yeah, they're giving the ball back because the bat boy threw the ball away. So they're going to give the ball back. The bat boy accidentally threw it away. The Pirates bat boy. So the Pirates have to get it back. It'll be Denard Span up to face Burnett, the pitcher. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to shallow left field. Getting under is Marte. And now Moore will not try to tag on the fly ball to left field. Ross will tag, though. Send him up to second. So that's 2 outs and runners on second and third. Good thing by Joe Ross getting the knock. So we've had 16 views on the day. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. 16 views. Rendon will hit now with runners on second and third. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Rendon. Called strike 1 right in there. It'll be an 0-1 count. So it'll be 0-1 with 2 outs. Burnett sets. Here's the pitch to Rendon. That's outside and low, ball 1. It'll be a 1-1 count. If you enjoy this broadcast, you'll enjoy some of our live broadcasts, including basketball and football. We cover 3 sports right here. Football starts on August 8th. Basketball starts in October. The 1-1 to Rendon. That's in the dirt, ball 2 and low. It'll be a 2-1 count. So to be 2-1 with 2 outs. Runners on second and third for Rendon. Trying to put some insurance run on the board. That is low, ball 3. It'll be a 3-1 count. And now Burnett's going to have to throw a good pitch to Rendon, or he's going to walk him. Take your pick. Bring up Escobar with the bases loaded to let Rendon hit here. See what he does. So it'll be a 3-1. He sets. Here comes the pitch to Rendon. Called strike 2. Rendon did not swing at it. So it'll be a full count now with 2 outs. With runners on second and third, Rendon to hit. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul straight back, and we'll do 3-2 again. So it'll be 3-2, 2 outs. Three, two outs. Runners on second and third. 2-run lead for the Nats. Here's the full count delivery, and it is outside. Ball 4, and Rendon draws a walk. What an at-bat by Anthony Rendon. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Yunel Escobar. Here we go. It's going to be Escobar. And Clint Robinson's on deck. Escobar is 1 for 2 with a single and RBI ground out. They're setting up outside to him. First pitch. Swinging a chopper on the ground to third baseman Kang, and he fires it over. And that's a 5-3 ground out. And once again, the Nationals strand the bases loaded. You get 2 hits this inning, no runs. There was an error back in the third, not in this inning, but they leave 3 this time. And we'll go to the top of the 5th inning in a 3-1 game. Nationals 3, Pirates 1. Hopefully the Nationals can keep this lead for a few more innings. First pitch from Joe Ross. Swung on, popped up in the top of the 5th inning. Out to center field. Denard Span. This was earlier. So, I don't know when this is. But I think this is live. So, we'll see what happens here. Here we go. It'll be first pitch, but is hit by Polanco. Shallow center field. Span getting under. He doesn't know where it is. He can't see it, and it drops out in front of him. Espinosa has to run out and get it. Polanco will go to center field. So I'll give him a double for that on a shallow center field pop-up. No one could see, and Polanco gets to second on it. So now there's 1 out and a runner on second. That's the echo function on my mic. I like using that like this. I can do this. That's what my echo function can do. So now there's no outs and a runner on second for Jordy Mercer here in the top of the 5th. Mercer's 0 for 1 with a flyout. Ross sets. First pitch to Mercer. Swing and a foul, and it'll be 0-1. 0-1, no outs. This will be 0-1 with no outs. Coming set is Ross. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but that's foul again, and we'll do 0-2. Hi-yo. What up, guy? Yeah, what up, Rhino? I know you're talking to that guy, but that's one of the boys who are subscribed. How you doing, Rhino? It's 3-1 here, as you can see by the scoreboard in this classic game. How was the coffee and the shenanigans? Hope it was good. It'll be an 0-2. The pitch. In the dirt, swing and a miss. Mercer will run to first. Ramos will fire it down to first. And staying at second is going to be Polanco. So 8th strikeout for Ross now. Hopefully, Rhino had some good coffee and shenanigans. And we'll go to the next hitter. So now, it'll be the pitcher Burnett again, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's going to try to lay down a bunt. Polanco leading away from second with 1 out. First pitch. He gets it down, but it's foul. So it'll be 0-1. Good. Viking coffee. Okay. Good coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. More of just a drink water, juice, and lemonade. I think that's all I drink. I'm subbed Rhino, love football. Yep. Guy is a big guy on sports. Follow this would be an 0-1 with 1 out. Here's Ross will turn around and take a look at Polanco, but Rhino's here. Rhino streams football. Make sure to subscribe to the Rhino, the big Rhino. Here's a pitch. He drops it down, but it's foul again. So it'll be a 1-2 now. Thanks to Rising Rhino for hanging out with us today. Thanks to Guy for hanging out with us too. Or 29, whatever you want to be called. But we have the Rhino Man. Excited to see Rhino stream tonight with some football. He's got a chaotic weekend. Was there last night. He was calling some football. So he's going to try to lay down a bunt here on 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 9 for Joe Ross. What a day for him. Strikeout number 9. Yeah, buddy, with some football. Who doesn't love football? We have 17 views on the stream total. I remember on the All-Star stream, I think people were thinking that it was a watchable stream where I was illegally showing the game. So people were coming, and I got 311 views on it. So whatever works. 2 outs now, 2 strikeouts in the inning, and Polanco on second, and it would be the leadoff hitter, Josh Harrison. Ross sets, first pitch to Harrison. Is down low, ball 1, it'll be a 1-0 count. So it'll be 1-0 with 2 outs. So the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a ground ball foul, and it'll be 1-1. Rhino's got you with CFL, UFL, or whatever that league's called. I think it's like the XFL and USFL. And then CFL and NFL, he's got you covered with them all. And I hear that UFL's expanding or something. I have no idea what's going on with that. Not the biggest CFL or UFL fan. I know my city, DC, won. We actually have a winning team. Didn't know that existed in DC since 2019. So it'll be a 1-1. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. This one will go foul, and it'll be a 1-2. Didn't know DC was possible of winning since 2019. And now they're good at UFL then. UFL footballs should be their thing. That's what us sports fans should be following. Maybe we should get into that. Have a winning team. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball foul again, so it'll be 1-2 again. I put out a poll what people want me to cover on Sunday. You can vote on that, on what you want me to cover on Sunday. I want to see what we've had. Put in comments if you have any other suggestions. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball. Deep left field. Going back is Taylor to the track at the wall. And he catches it as he bumps up against the wall. Good catch by Michael Taylor to end the inning. So that'll end the first 5 innings of defense for the Nationals. 1 hit, 1 left on for the Pirates as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And a 3-1 game. A good catch by Michael Taylor up against the wall. Good catch by him. Everyone's going happy for him. So now to be Clint Robinson to hit. Robinson will hit. He's 1 for 2. With 2 flyouts, 1 in foul territory, 1 in fair. First pitch to Robinson. Called strike 1 right in there. It'll be an 0-1 count. Should be 1-1. Here's the pitch to Robinson. Swinging a ground ball. This one is towards the first baseman. He'll flip it up to the pitcher covering, and that's a 3-1 ground out to start the bottom of the 5th. Now it's going to be Ramos, who's 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Ramos facing Burnett in his 5th inning of work in a 3-1 game. Burnett into the wind. First pitch to Ramos. Called strike 1 right in there, and it's not a good call. So it'll be 0-1. 0-1 to Ramos. Burnett at 63 pitches now. Into the wind. The 0-1 to Ramos. Swing and a miss. Flailing at a curveball, and it'll be 0-2. Now, the curveball was outside and low. So it'll be 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2 to Ramos. Called strike 3 on an inside curveball. Not a good call. But that's another strikeout for him. Strikeout number 3. So now it's going to be Danny Espinosa to hit with 2 outs. First pitch from Burnett. So I'm going to fly ball straight back. Foul. It'll be 0-2. So it'd be 0-1 with 2 outs. Espinosa with his open stance. Burnett into the wind. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive into left field. That'll drop in front of Marte. So a base hit for Daniel Espinosa. And there's a 2-out base runner for the Nationals. So that will bring up Tyler Moore, the first baseman. Coming set is Burnett. First pitch to Moore is just outside ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Tag back and he's safe in there. So that will make it a 2-0 count, or a pickoff. We'll make it a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Swinging and a miss through it, and it'll be 1-1. Had fun calling some Red Wings baseball yesterday. Red Wings will be what we call later, probably. Coming set. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. On the move is Espinoza. He is in there safely and has a stolen base. A game is about to begin. The Dodgers are getting going. The DSL Dodgers from the Dominican League. Coming set is Burnett. Will be a 1-2. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. So that is a strikeout looking. Strikeout number 4 to Moore, the first baseman. Not a good call. So 1 hit and 1 left on for the Nationals. And we'll go to the top of the 6th in a 3-1 game. So we go to the top of the 6th. So now we have some time, so we'll check out a different game. You got a lot of DSL baseball going on. Red Sox and the Royals are about to begin. We might call the Nationals one when it starts at 11. They start at 11 a.m. Dominican Summer League is the name of the team. You have a lot of players on that team. You sign to play there, and then you play. Sandy Martinez is the manager of that team. We'll check out theirs in just a second. We'll go ahead and take a look at the Padres and the Royals, the DSL League, as we wait for our game to continue. We're just taking a look, and looks like it's ready to go before we could even get to a play. We'll call our DSL Nationals. First pitch to Marte is right in there, called strike 1. We're in the top of the 6th inning now, and Joe Ross is back out there. Ross in the wind. He will get time called by the hitter, so it'll be a 1 still. So you got a lot of rookie games today. All the teams play in this situation. You're not getting any FCL games, though. Ross into the wind. The 0-1. Swinging a ground ball at the third baseman. Escobar, he will fire it over to first. That's a 5-3 ground out. So that's the first out of the inning. So it's going to be McCutchen. First pitch from Ross. Swinging a fly ball. Deep left field, but Michael Taylor's going to get under it. He'll make an easy catch for the second out of the inning. I'd like to call off sale, but you can't really watch it, so I'll probably just call it based off the scoreboard. On Saturday at 10 a.m., Dominican plays. First pitch from Ross. Right in there, called strike 1. At 11 a.m., DSL Nationals and DSL Tigers play. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Kang swings right through that. Ho Kang will swing through that. It's an 0-2 2-out situation. into the line. The 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Foul. So it will be an 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Called strike 3. Got him. Looking, and that is strikeout number 10 for Joe Ross. What a start for him. 6 innings, 10 strikeouts. Amazing start by Joe Ross. As now we go to the bottom of the 6th inning in a 3-1 game. So we're headed to the bottom of the 6th now. It'll be Michael Taylor to lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's first pitch to him. Swinging a line drive into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. First pitch of the game. Or not game. Bottom of the 6th inning. So that's a runner on base immediately for the Nationals. Way to do it quickly here. 11 a.m. is when the Nationals DSL program starts. First pitch. Ross is bunting. He takes it back, and it's outside ball 1. Here's the pitch. Ross is swinging him away, and he misses. Ross is ready to bunt again. The 1-1. He will not get it, and he goes away, and it'll be 1-2. At 11, this game starts. Excited to watch the DSL Tigers and DSL Nationals. It'll be a 1-2. Ross squares to bunt. Here's the pitch, and he'll throw over. Not in time. Taylor's back in. So it'll be a 1-2 with no outs. Here's the pitch to Ross. He goes after, takes it back, but it's called strike 3. Not a good call. On the outside corner, and that's the 5th strikeout. So now it's going to be the top of the lineup with Denard Span. Here's a pitch, and he picks over to Taylor. He's back in there. First pitch to Span. So down low, Taylor stealing second. He is in there safely. Stolen base from Michael A. Taylor. Good thing by him. So now Taylor's on second after the stolen base. So now, Span up with 1 out after the stolen base of second. It's a 1-0 count to him, the pitch. That's outside ball 2 to be a 2-0 count. So to be a 2-0 with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 3, so to be a 3-0 count. So to be a 3-0 with 1 out. Span hitting. Here's the pitch to him. Called strike 1 right in there, and it'd be a 3-1 count. Coming set. He's ready to deal to Span. Here's the 3-1. Swings through it and misses. So it'd be a 3-2 now. So it's a full count now. 3-2, 1 out. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This one is chopped to second baseman. Harrison's going to fire it in time to get Span. 4-3. So now it sends Taylor over to third with 2 outs. Jared Hughes is in the bullpen for the Pirates. Going to the 7th, so pitching changes might be made soon enough. Here's the pitch to Rendon. That is just inside ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. So it'd be 1-0 with 2 outs. First pitch to Rendon. Called strike 1 right in there, and it'd be a 1-1 count. So it'll be a 1-1, 2 outs. Coming set is Burnett. Here's the pitch to Rendon. Check swing. They'll appeal. Yes, as first base umpire that time. So it'll be a 1-2. He did go, it looks like, looking at my angle. Here's the 1-2, 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss past Rendon. And he's 1 for 3 on the day, and that'll end the inning. Another strikeout for Burnett. That's strikeout number 6. 2 in the inning as we go to the top of the 7th now. It's Nationals 3, Pirates 1. We'll be back in just a moment as we come back with the top of the 7th with play-by-play. We'll be gone for just a bit, and then we'll be back. We're back with a classic game. Had to go for a while just to play and get something done real quickly. And we'll be back with some play-by-play. Looks like Joe Ross will be back out there for the 7th inning. In this 3-1 game. First pitch is fouled off by the first baseman Alvarez. Got 21 views on the day. Thank you so much to everybody. Everyone should hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Here's a pitch from Ross. Down low, ball one. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Past him, it'll be 1-2. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt, ball 2, and it'll be a 2-2 count. So it'll be 2-2 and no outs. Joe Ross will go back into the wind. Here's the pitch. Just inside, ball 3, and it'll be a full count. Here's the pitch in the dirt, and it's a walk for Alvarez. 90 pitches for Ross here in the 7th. It's kind of an off day for a lot of the players, getting a lot of their good players the day off. And it looks like rain's starting to come down or so. I think that's rain. Believe it is rain. Looks like there is some rain coming down here in the top of the 7th inning. So people are getting on their jackets in this 1-0 game, in this 3-1 game with a 1-0 count. No outs and a runner on first. Ross coming set. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but that one will go well foul. So it'll be 1-1 count. Looks like rain is really starting to come down. But they're going to play through it. Stepping back in is Alvarez, or Cervelli the catcher. He'll call time. David Carpenter's in the bullpen for the Nationals. Ross comes set. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Past him, and it'll be a 1-2 count. So today we don't really have anyone to redirect to. Let me check up on here. Doesn't look like anyone's live right now at 11:14 in the morning, and we're starting the broadcast. 1-2. Ross goes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Past Nervelli, and that's a strikeout. Number 11 for Joe Ross. What a game for him. 11 strikeouts. And what Rhino said, yeah, buddy. Great pitch from Ross on the breaking ball. And Cervelli just swung through, and it'll be Jorge Polanco now, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI single and another single. The rain is really starting to come down. 11 strikeouts. Tied for most in the MLB this season by a rookie pitcher. Syndergaard and McCullers are also in there. But Ross has done it. His first pitch to Polanco, and it is outside. Ball 1, it'll be a 1-0 count. So it'll be 1-0 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a chopper up the middle. Espinosa will step on the bag and go to first. Double play! What a double play, and that is a great play. 6-3 double play. Stepped on the bag and fired it to first, and that will end the inning. No runners left on base, no hits, no runs. 11 strikeouts by Joe Ross through 7 innings. David Carpenter might come in the 8th, but a good outing by Joe Ross today as we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th now. We don't really have anyone to redirect to. I could redirect you to 106.7 The Fan. They're just talking some baseball. B. Mitch and Finley is on right now. First pitch to Escobar is high, ball 1. Here's the pitch. Check swing. They'll appeal. No. So it'll be a 2-0 count to Escobar. Need to change it to the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 2-0 to Escobar. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. Going back is right fielder Robinson, or that's not Robinson. That is Polanco to make the catch in the corner for the first out of the inning. As we're in the bottom of the 7th now in a 3-1 game. We're probably not going to have a redirect today. There's no one live right now. Burnett into the wind. First pitch to Robinson. It's called strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. Got a lot of people with the raincoats on. 22 views on the day. Swinging a shot into left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Marte will field it out in left center field, and Clint Robinson has a base hit. Be ready for a doubleheader on Sunday with 2 minor league live baseball games. Minor league level, we'll be covering 2 of them. A doubleheader at 1 and 6. Tune in. So now it's going to be Wilson Ramos with Clint Robinson on first. A lot of guys in the front row have left. Here's first pitch, and that is outside ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. The Ipkin brothers are still there, sitting in their front row seats. So it'll be a 1-0 count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. That's high up. So it'll be a 2-0 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, and that one will be foul. So it'll be 2-1 with 1 out. 2-1, not 2-on. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's high ball 3, and it'll be a 3-1 count. So it'll be a 3-1 with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Called strike 2. So it'll be 3-2 with 1 out. It is Burnett still on the mound. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss past him, and that's a strikeout of Ramos. Number 7 on the day. So that's 2 outs now. So it'll be 2 outs, and Espinoza will hit. Espinoza with his open stance. Burnett sets. First pitch to Espinoza. Swinging a fly ball. Deep right center field. Going back is Polanco to the track after the wall. And it's off the wall. He hurt his foot. Coming around third and scoring is Robinson. Polanco's foot is hurt. And Espinoza will pull up at third with a triple. But hopefully Polanco's okay. I think he slipped on the rain or something. But runner scores from first, and it's a 4-1 game. Looks like Polanco's injured or something. The manager and the people are going to come out and make sure he's okay. Hopefully he is okay. They come out and talk to him. So that is not what you want. He slipped off the dirt. He went up to catch it, and he hit his foot up there hard and must have hurt his foot. So it's a 4-1 game, though. And Espinoza has a triple. He just kept running. So it looks like Polanco should be okay. Manager's going to come out and talk. They should be okay here. Polanco, he's getting talked to. Hopefully he's okay to keep playing. And he will be okay. He's just going to walk around a bit, and he'll be ready to go. And it looks like he will be done. They're going to get a new right fielder out there. And it's Espinoza on third. So we're going to the bottom of the seventh, the end of it. And we'll see who the new pitcher is. We get a name here. And it is Hughes. Swinging a fly ball. Center field, and that's an out gotten by Hughes. Sets a third out of the inning gotten by Hughes. So we'll get his name in there. But Burnett works 6 2/3. Fails to work his 7th. So Burnett gives up. He goes 6 2/3. Gives up 4 runs. He gives up 14 hits, 4 runs, all 4 of them earned. He did not walk. He walked 1 guy and struck out 6. That's Burnett's line. And Hughes comes in to get that out. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Now 1 run on the board after that triple by Espinoza that makes the game 4-1. His day is still going. Here we go. Called strike 1 right in there. It'll be an 0-1. His day is still going, stretching into the 8th inning. Good appearance by him. Here's the pitch. That's down low, ball 1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, foul, and it'll be 1-2. So it'll be a 1-2 with no outs. Swinging a ground ball right at shortstop Espinoza, and he'll fire it over to first and get the running Mercer out. So they're going to the top of the 8th inning. Here we go. Ross is still in the game. So that's outside. Ball 1 to Jose Tabata, who's now in right field. Oh, he's pinch hitting. So Tabata's going to hit here in the 8th. So they're going to get a new pitcher. So in the ground ball, this one is made a sliding play by Rendon. Not in time, and that's a base hit for Tabata in the pitcher spot. So Matt Williams is going to come out, and that'll end it. So Joe Ross will get a standing ovation as he worked into the 8th inning, working 7 1/3. And he only gives up 5 hits. Good day for him in his 7 1/3 worked innings. Only 1 run given up. He only walked 1 guy and grabbed 11 strikeouts. So we'll see who comes in for him. So David Carpenter is going to come in to finish the 8th. He comes set. Here's the first pitch. That's high ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. Next pitch is in there. So it'll be a 0-1. 1-0. Swing and a miss. It'll be 1-1. Five of 9 have been stranded for Carpenter. And he has a runner on first. It is Jose Tabata. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball out to center field. Denard Span will get under it. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. Starling Marte is going to hit now. First pitch. Called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. Should be 0-1 with 2 outs. So in a ground ball, this one will be at the second baseman Rendon. He'll fire it over to first, and that'll end the top of the 8th inning, and we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. So the runner is stranded. They leave a man. Carpenter works the innings he needs to. Gets 2 outs as we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch is grounded to the third baseman by Michael Taylor. Third baseman fires it over there and gets Michael Taylor by an eyelash. Michael Taylor is fast. He was sprinting, but Ho-Kang got him by an eyelash on the throw. So that's the first out of the inning. Now it's going to be Dan Uggla, pinch hitter in the Joe Ross position. Here's the first pitch to Uggla. That's down low, ball 1. So it's Jared Hughes still on the mound. Drew Storn is warming up for the top of the ninth. It's Uggla hitting in the 2-0 spot. Here's the pitch. It's outside, ball 3. So it'll be a 3-0 count to Uggla. 3-0 one out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss past Uggla on 3-0. He had the swinging mark. So it'll be 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swing a ground ball, foul, chopped. So it'll be a full count. So it'll be fouled off again, so it'll do full count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopper, foul again. This would be full count still. The pitch to Uggla. Swinging a fly ball out to shallow left field. And it'll be caught. Here's a pitch to Span, and that's called strike one on a bad call. Sorry, distracted a little bit. Be an 0-1. Here's the next pitch, and it's grounded foul. So it'll be 0-2 now with 2 outs after the ground out and the fly out. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 1. So it'll be 1-2. Here's the pitch to Span. Swinging ground ball at the third baseman. Easy play for Kang. He'll fire it over, and we're headed to the top of the 9th inning. It's going to be Drew Storn to try to come on and save this one, facing McCutchen, Kang, and Alvarez. It's going to be Drew Storn. He throws a fastball, a breaking ball, and a changeup. Most of the time, it's his fastball. So it'll be McCutchen to face Him first. First pitch to McCutchen is right in there. Next pitch is outside, and it'll be ball one. It'll be a 1-1 count. Storen sets. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball two. The 2-1. Swing and a miss past him, and it'll be a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Storen is a McCutchen. 2 outs away. 1 out down. First pitch. Called strike one on the outside corner, and it'll be an 0-1. We got to update the scoreboard. This big top of the ninth. Storen trying for a save. Strike two. So it'll be a 1-2 now. 2 outs away, and he has Kang on the ropes in a 1-2, 1 out count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him away. Second strikeout. 1 out away from a win. Didn't know this game would be a win, to be honest. Just generated it. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball off the first baseman. He takes it himself. Game over on a 3 unassisted ground out. Game over. The Nationals get a win. So that'll win it. The final score is 4-1. Great game for the Nationals. They get a save. Drew Storen gets a save that he needs. Nats get the win in a classic game. So I have to leave now. Thank you so much for coming today. Thanks for Rhino and Guy29 hanging out in the chat today. We have to leave. Next stream will be tomorrow, but hang out with Rhino today. Make sure he has a good stream. Thanks to everyone who showed up today. This is going to be the end of our broadcast. The Nationals win 4-1. Thanks for listening to our Nats class.